Would you rather be the best at speaking every language or be the best at playing every instrument? Why? Every language, because I would dress like C-3PO and mess with people. I have a bad feeling about this. I find your lack of faith disturbing. I find your lack of pants disturbing. Get out of my house. Do not want. Divorce is strong in this one. Points for the pun. Language. If it's every language, it means I could speak dead languages and translate some of the oldest texts in the world. That would be super cool. As a professional translator with musical aspirations, this is one of the hardest questions for me. Obviously, the languages would make me the most useful person in the office and I'd be set for life, but being able to play every instrument has been a dream of mine since I was a kid, and it would allow me to make all the music I've always wanted to but didn't know anyone with the right skills and interests. I'm also a translator with musical aspirations. You said it way better than I did. Could we split the difference and be the best at 10 important languages and 10 important instruments? You two need to meet up and make a band called Lost in Translation. Just saying. Just saying should be the name of their first album. Can You Hear Me Now as their first top 10 single? Speak every language. I've always wanted to speak T-Rex. Maybe if you speak its ancient tongue you'll be able to find one to actually use your talent on. Hell, finally be able to speak Zuckerberg's native tongue. You already can, it's Python. He's a parcel tongue. Speak every language so I could travel the world. Edit. Lamau, I know I can travel without knowing every language, I just meant it would be easier to do so if I could communicate with everyone. Okay, edit 2. Since people keep replying, I'll just explain myself here. I'm a big people person and love talking to people, so I'd love to be able to go to another country and talk to locals with ease and be able to go past the typical basic conversations. I think it would also help me get to know various cultures better. On a side note, I consume a lot of shows and music from other cultures, and even with translations I miss out on a lot of meaning. Learning more languages would give me more perspective. Less barriers between me and the world. So I guess me wanting to speak every language well goes past my initial travel reasoning. Now please give me a break. I wrote that comment at 4 a.m. lol. If you're the best at every instrument, doors will certainly open for you to travel the world. Edit. Oh my god, please stop responding to this. I put little to no thought into my comments this morning and forgot I even left them. Now I keep getting notifications. I sincerely don't care about this lol. Edit 2. Well, I don't know what I expected. GIF. So would being well spoken in multiple languages. Yeah, but no one is going to pay you to speak multiple languages on stage. You'll be able to hire a translator so that you can always communicate with people as you tour the world, and in your free time you can absolutely learn any language you want. You could even take classes or hire a teacher. You're the world's greatest musician, damn it. No. But if you're fluent in every language, you'll make bank as a translator without having to perform or deal with the level of constant harassment celebrities get. Instead, you'll just get to meet all kinds of powerful people that can do far more for you than you could do for yourself as a celebrity musician. Since when do translators make bank? It's not bank, but my grandma has been a UN interpreter for the last 40 plus years, and she lives extremely comfortably and has traveled the world and met basically every world leader. It's a pretty good life if you're really good at the job. That sounds like an awesome job, but it seems crazy that she has met most of the world leaders. I'm imagining the US representative working with their Spanish translator then being like, "Hey Mr. Chinese representative, come over here and meet my Spanish translator." Wouldn't her contact be limited to leaders of the countries who speak the language she is translating? I'm curious how that works out. You're forgetting that there's a lot of world leaders in the UN. Congresses? Whatever they call it. The General Assembly, years of model and finally paying off lol. The best at every instrument, meaning I'm actually the most skilled musician of every instrument in the world. That is infinitely more valuable than whatever the best at every language means. I could hire private tutors and translators with all the cash I'd be rolling in. Edit. All y'all are imagining I'd use music skills to be in a crappy pop or rock band. You have any idea how much you'd be paid to be the premier instrumentalist in the best symphony orchestra in the world, and being able to switch to any instrument needed? You pick languages and there's no way you're not working for a government somewhere dealing with confidential info every day. You can go right ahead and pick that one. This is the obvious answer. You'd be a global superstar. Being one of the best at a single instrument will already make you famous. If you were the best at every instrument, you would be the single most famous musician, possibly person on the face of the earth. Edit. Anyone who thinks that somebody that is so intimately familiar with every aspect of music that they can flawlessly play every instrument that has ever been invented in any style imaginable couldn't also sit down and write incredible music is pretty delusional. Not always. There are lots of virtuoso musicians who may at best fill up a small nightclub or concert hall. There are exceptions, of course. But generally, the mass global audience doesn't actually value high-caliber musicianship as much as simple songs, often written and produced by other people, and performed by somebody else who is good-looking and can sing and dance, with the help of auto-tune and backup singers and dancers. Ooh, that's tough. Speaking every language would be so amazing, because you could communicate with literally anyone. You could talk to anyone on the whole planet, and I bet you could also get a fantastic, well-paid job with that skill. But I don't like people all that much. I'd find it much more personally satisfying to be able to play any instrument. How amazing it would be, to be able to express myself with any instrument that exists. You could also be a musician, and that would be way better for me than being an interpreter. So I'd have to go with that. What instrument do you think you'd play first? Probably the piano. I've always wished I could play. I saved up enough money to buy a solid digital piano and I'm on day 6. I've made okay progression, and even though I'm only playing exercises and scales, I'm so happy. It's such a joy. I hope one day you get the chance to learn, I really do. Instrument. I am scared of social interaction. Instruments are great to learn if you're averse to social interaction. Instrument, as music is a universal language anyway, and I also prefer arts over social engagement. Yes, but can you order a pizza in Italy while playing the guitar? Turns out to be surprisingly easy to order pizza in any language in Italy. How do you say pizza in Italian? Pizza. How do you say pasta? Pasta. Wow, Italian is so easy. Does either skill require upkeep of any kind? Will these skills diminish if I don't keep them sharp? No, they will be. Pack it up, folks. The comments section has been one. Language. So I could immerse myself in a different country and culture whilst on holiday. Your immersion may be broken when you realize that you can only speak those languages, not understand them. That was pretty good. But when you say me llamo es Brian, you don't need the S. Oh, you speak English? No, just that last speech and this one explaining it. You're kidding, right? K? Instrument. If you're the best at any instrument, you can monetize that pretty well. Plus, if people pissed you off, you'd be a deft hand with a blunt instrument. Instruments of death are instruments. But unfortunately, I won't be able to play the mayonnaise. The best at speaking a language. Aren't those the great orators, poets, and writers? If they do not have mastery of language, I do not know who could call themselves more qualified. To be a master at all languages? To be able to speak to all people? To be the greatest polyglot, polymath, author, and speaker? Who would not want such ability? Also, would probably be fun to be a voice actor, because again, best at speaking languages. Oh my god. Ducking, imagine, not just being a fantastic, dynamic, engaging speaker not just in your native language, but every language. Even most bilingual people I know lose a lot of wit or nuance when speaking in their second language. My poor buddy sounds like an insecure jackass when speaking English, but a really cool, chill dude in Spanish. Being the best speaker, and retaining that in other languages. My god. One step closer to achieving my globalist cult of personality dream of being a world-traveling stand-up comedian. Yeah, if best at speaking means best conversationalist or rhetoric, I'd take speaker over instrument. I'd take it even if it was limited to just English. I'd do one speech a year and sell out some huge venue and make like $200,000. Then I'd spend the rest of the year talking the most well-crafted, eloquent shit on video game voice chat.